Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in life coaching and mentoring, go check out my website at skyazrael.com. Let's just get into today's conversation. I want to talk about the new rebellion. There's a new rebellion going on. A new form of rebel. Rebelling against society. Not to tear it down, but to course correct, to show the way as a beacon of hope, a light in the darkness, you know, a light at the end of the tunnel, to help guide us out of this sickness that society has fallen into. Society caught a virus, the sickness of degeneracy. You see it everywhere. The media, movies, so many disgusting movies, overly sexual, too violent. Even for me, Jesus Christ, I've seen more violence than most people. There's movies out there that I want to see that are just too violent. And I'm just like, I just can't take it. There's too many people getting killed. Entertainment is turned into a battlefield, a minefield. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to find wholesome entertainment. It's hard to find stuff that's good. There's a lot of evil. It feels like that with entertainment, there's this battle between good and evil evil is winning. Just look at Cardi B. You know, songs like Wet Ass Pussy are the most popular songs. That's considered feminism. She's considered an icon for women, a strong, powerful woman. What the fuck happened? So the way to rebel against this type of stuff, this degeneracy, this sickness, is to be wholesome, to be a person of character, a person of virtue. The new rebel is a person of virtue. The new rebellion is a rebellion of virtue. Isn't it so weird? It's so Orwellian. We are living in George Orwell's book right now. Because what's being promoted by corporations, by the government, what's being promoted by society as a whole, is a sick, degenerate person. Overly sexual, overly violent, stupid, overly emotional. Someone who's against family, against children. Somebody who's broke and lost. A lost soul. Somebody without a career, with no real education. Somebody who over-identifies as a victim. Somebody who's not very good at survival. And I could go on, but I think you get it. It feels like that is what society is pushing us towards every single day, in every way. All around you, it's weakness. The new rebellion is strength. The new rebel is a strong man. Be a strong man and you will be a rebellious man. You will rebel against the weakness and the sickness of society. We're seeing it. We're seeing the attack already. The evil knows this. Strong men are being attacked. This is why your children are being attacked in school. This is why this is happening. Because they don't want your kids to grow up to be strong men. They don't want them to grow up to be virtuous, to be people of character, to be people that are dedicated to truth, dedicated to God. If you're religious these days, you're looked at as an idiot. If you don't embrace slut culture, then you're a misogynist. Now, Orwell would be loving this, be loving it. So spend every single day rebelling by working on your mind, your body, and your soul. Spend every single day navigating around the disgusting entertainment. Avoid pornography, avoid the softcore porn, avoid the violence, avoid the sickness of it all, avoid the negativity that people promote on social media. There's an attack on family. You want to be a rebel, have a family. Having a family is a rebellious act. It's a rebellion against the corporations and the government. Having a family. Have a career. Not just a job. And people with jobs are always going to be lost. I get you have a job when you're 16, you have a job when you're 18. Find yourself a career. The reason why a lot of people don't have careers anymore is because of this breakdown of the family. And it used to be, anybody my age knows, it used to be a tradition. It wasn't for everyone, but it was a tradition that the son follows in the father's footsteps of whatever that was. If your dad was a mechanic, you were going to be a mechanic. If your dad owned a junkyard, you were going to go and own that junkyard someday. If your dad was a car salesman, you're probably going to be a car salesman. You did what your dad did. Now there's this strange kind of hippie culture of parenting. It's not just now. It happened when I was a kid, where people tell you, be whatever you want to be. Little Johnny, just go and be whatever you want to be. You get to choose. And that's an amazingly hard choice for someone to make. A lot of people, they go till they're 48 and 50 years old and they're still little Johnny, not knowing what they want to do. All you have to do is pick something. Just pick. There was a purpose. It wasn't arbitrary. It didn't happen by accident. There was a reason why for thousands and thousands of years, boys followed in their father's footsteps. And for some reason, through the postmodernist future that we have, it's been torn down. You have to push back on it. A friend of mine just sent his kid off to college, and he didn't just tell him, go to school and create yourself. I'm spending this money so you could go for 4 years so you can go and find yourself. Discover who you want to be and what you want to do. That's what a lot of people think college is for. He told his son as he was leaving off for college, don't forget who you are. Don't let them change you. Because you already know who you are. You don't have to go and find yourself. You know who you are. You're who I taught you to be. And I thought that was really interesting, because your father in a traditional family tells you who you are. This is the type of person we are, son. We help, we provide, we protect. We hold doors open for women. You got to be nice to your mother and your sister and to the neighbor, because this is the type of men that we are. Your father tells you who you are. So by the time you're 18, you don't need to go and discover yourself. You're not some lost little soul of wondering like a silly putty and you just need to be formed. Are you kidding? You already know who you are. That's why when I was 18, you were a man. Now 18 is a boy. Let him live at home until he's 32. Push back on all this stuff by following tradition. Tradition is now rebellion. Look how they're tearing down statues. Tradition is rebellion. Follow tradition. Understand history and know the importance of it. We don't just have statues to glorify people. We have statues to remind us of a past that we do not want to repeat. If you don't remember the past and study the past, you're destined to repeat it. Don't let these weak bitch motherfuckers cause us to repeat the past. How we're going to move forward is to be a bunch of strong rebels. To push back on this cult of victimhood. There's too many victims, and people aren't surviving well. You want to be a rebel, you cannot be a victim. You'll be a minority. You'll be one of these rare men who's not a victim. You want to be a rebel, emotionally detach, so you don't become some baby when something happens. And the next time something traumatic happens in your life or around you, you don't break down on the floor and whine and cry and act like a fool. The next time something happens to make you angry, you can get through it and find solutions and figure out how to move forward and have that be your goal instead of having a temper tantrum like a little brat. And then you end up teaching your family, teaching your sons how a man handles anger. You teach your woman what an angry man looks like instead of the back of the hand. And you become a king. You can rule with honor. We need more honorable men. Being honorable is rebellious. It's an extreme act of rebellion to be honorable. So we have a new rebel. Some people get it, some people don't. I actually feel good about the future. It's going to be hard. We're going to have some struggles. But I remember movies like that 300, and I know it's based on incorrect history, but it's still a good movie, of 300 men going up against an immense army. All we need is a few good rebels, a few good men, a few honorable men, a few strong men, a few men with character and with virtue that are willing to stand up to evil, and we'll win. It's all food for thought.